It's the year of Shadow, so we've been eating good with Shadow content as of late. So what better time would it be for Nendoroid to make a Shadow version other than now? Which the idea itself is peak, because the Sonic Nendoroid is so goated, as he's so damn fun to play around with, and I'm sure you guys see him in the background of all my videos. So when Good Smile announced that they were making Shadow, I was like, heck yeah, because I mean, the Sonic is peak, and I expected the same from the Shadow. And well, I expected wrongly. This figure actually freaking stinks big time.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
To begin with, his box design looks pretty cool, but it also reveals how oversized it is for the figure. Like, this box acts like there's a buttload of accessories in here, when there's not. We can obviously see how much empty space there is. Like, you mean to tell me this one fucking arm really takes up this much space in the box? A legit waste of materials. I know, it ain't that deep, but this really bothers me. They could have at least made the box skinnier, or you know what? Included more accessories. That easily fixes empty space issue, which honestly shouldn't be an issue, as he should come with more. Shit, look at Sonic's box. It's actually smaller and more compact than Shadow's box, and Sonic came with way more stuff, as Shadow comes with hardly anything. He comes with a neutral frowning face, and an alternative faceplate of him angrily side-eyeing. Which, the faces do look good, but they are the only faceplates that he comes with. Sonic legit came with 3 faceplates. Then Shadow comes with 2 fizzed hands and 1 open hand, which once again is ass because Sonic came with 6 interchangeable hands. Now, Shadow does win in one area. He does come with 2 bent arms, unlike Sonic who came with 1. Which is cool that they did this because it really limited Sonic, but Sonic did come with a bent leg for running while Shadow doesn't. And this really doesn't make sense to me because Shadow does bend his legs when he's running, so they could have given him some bent legs. Shadow also comes with a red Chaos Emerald, and it looks good, but it doesn't have a peg hole or stand like how the green emerald that came with Sonic was. And I also wish it had a peg to plug into his hand so he could hold the emerald better, because it is quite frustrating getting it to balance in his hand sometimes. Then, Shadow comes with an extra neck peg just in case you break yours, so that's fine, and he comes with a stand that can plug into his back. And that's it for Shadow's accessories, while Sonic still comes with more things. He comes with an item box that you can change the cutout inside, a checkpoint accessory, and a ring with a stand, which are all peak accessories that really make the Sonic figure so much more fun, while the Shadow doesn't come with anything extra cool like that. Shadow legit comes with only 2 faceplates, 3 hands, 2 bent arms, a Chaos Emerald, an extra neck peg, and a stand. And you're probably thinking, well, that sounds like a decent bit of accessory, so why are you bitching? Well, it'd be a decent amount if the figure costs less than Sonic, but guess what? He's actually more expensive than the Sonic, which is flat out disgusting to me. Sonic comes with way more stuff for a cheaper price, which is why I'm comparing Shadow to him so much. It's because for the price we pay for Shadow, we should have at least gotten the same amount of accessories as Sonic, which is what we were all expecting, but instead, we got ripped off. So this freaking blows in my opinion. Shadow could have came with a gun, some wings, Chaos Blast effects, or just something else cool, but nah, he comes with way less accessories than Sonic for a higher price. Straight up whack. Thankfully though, the accessories are the main gripe with this figure, because at least he looks good and actually looks like he belongs next to Sonic. Because if y'all seen the Tails and Knuckles,
Oh no!
they are straight up ass. They don't match the aesthetic of Sonic and look like cheap crap. So thankfully they made Shadow have the same style as Sonic, which looks great. Because the Sonic was like a mix of modern and classic Sonic almost, and this Shadow is sorta like that, though classic Shadow doesn't exist, but if he did, he'd look something like this. And I actually really think this guy looks great. The likeness is exactly what you'd expect. He looks like a goofy little classic Shadow. He is painted so damn cleanly, he has a matte finish all over his fur, red areas look nice, and the gold. Man, the gold looks fantastic.
Say that again?
Wrists and ankle cuffs are nicely done, and the bottom of the shoes look so damn clean. Also, they gave him more of a neck than Sonic, and it looks fine. And then he also doesn't have the weird short-legged issue that Sonic has, because Sonic's legs are uneven, so it's hard to get him to stand regularly. Shadow though stands fine, and his legs are even thankfully, so no weird-ass teeter-totter-ass stance. Pretty much, the look with Shadow is overall really damn clean, like they did a great job with it, so I don't have an issue with his look, as he does match the aesthetic of the line. And as for his articulation, don't expect anything crazy from this guy, since he is an Nendoroid, and Nendoroids aren't anything engineered with crazy articulation, but they do have a little bit of movement. His head can look this far upwards and really far downwards, which for a Sonic figure, this is pretty damn good. He can look side to side, and if you want to give him a head tilt, then you're gonna need to twist the head joint around. There isn't like a shoulder joint or anything, his arms just plug into his body, so his arms can only go forwards or backwards, so there isn't any upwards or downwards motion. There isn't any elbow articulation, which is why he comes with the bent arms. He has wrist articulation, which does work really well. There isn't any ab crunch or anything. His legs kick this far forwards and this far backwards, which is a decent amount of range, but I have had an issue with them disconnected from the joint since the connection isn't that strong, which is sometimes ass while posing, because it's like this with both legs, and it can definitely piss you off when you are finishing up a pose and the legs just fall off. There isn't knee articulation, and he doesn't come with a bent leg to make up for this like how the Sonic did. And then he has ankle articulation. It's on a ball joint and it moves around okay. The articulation to me is nothing to get upset over because most Nendoroids are like this, so it was fully expected. And that pretty much means you aren't going to get any crazy poses with this guy, as he's legit meant to do the bare minimum. As for the scale, he's a tiny bit taller than Sonic, and they look really damn good next to each other. And I don't own the other Sonic Nendoroids, and I never will because they suck, so I can't compare them with him. Sorry. But I can compare him with Nendoroid Kirby, Movie Shadow, which is $15 and way better than his figure. So if you want a Shadow figure, I'd recommend him over this guy, as he looks cooler, poses better, and is overall going to be more fun to have. Then here he is next to Little Shadow, here he is next to Jazzwares 3 inch Shadow, here he is next to SHP Arts Vegeta, here he is next to SHP Arts Luffy, here he is next to Demonical Fit Goku, and lastly, here he is next to Storm Collectibles Yujiro Hanma. So, as y'all can tell, he is a little fella, but that's how Nendoroids are, and I actually think he scales fairly well with other import lines. So, for my final thoughts about this figure, is that he's pretty good, but y'all do know my main issue with him is lack of accessories for his price, because it honestly sucks. I should have looked more into the details of this figure when I copped, but when I saw it was a Shadow Nendoroid, I instantly copped because I expected it to come with some goated stuff, but sadly, I was wrong, and we really got ripped off with this one. He should be cheaper than Sonic since he comes with way less than Sonic. Or, I know a better idea, give him more stuff so the price is justified. So yeah, I'd honestly just wait to see if this guy goes on sale to get him. I paid $56 total, which ain't like the most expensive figure ever, but comparing it to Sonic, it's not worth the price. And we gotta show these people, we aren't gonna pay more for less. But if you still want this guy and the price is fine with you, I totally understand because he is a beautiful figure. The likeness to the line and the paintwork is great, and he is a satisfying piece to look at. It's just that I gotta point out the obvious that he doesn't come with shit, and they need to change the packaging to be smaller so there is less free space. Because free space is bad when selling an action figure because it shows that there was room to include more accessories. And more accessories is always better and the right choice to make when selling an action figure. And I low-key feel like we're getting scammed and ripped off because of this. But oh well, at least it's Shadow, and Shadow do be looking cool, and he looks exactly how I'd picture a Shadow Nendoroid to look like, unlike the ugly ass Tails and Knuckles, who don't even look like they belong in this line. And that wraps up this one, guys. Let me know, does the lack of accessories bother you, especially since he costs more than Sonic? Thanks a bunch for watching. I'll see y'all on the next one. I am the ultimate ripoff, Nendoroid Shadow!